Yo, what's up my fellow card fighters? StereoDragonGravity here today with my Link Joker Alter Ego Neo Messiah deck profile. For my first Vanguard, I have Neon Messiah from the original Trial deck. I do like Arion. Arion's pretty good in his own right, but for this version of this deck, I definitely like Neon Messiah, just to help me get any grade 3 I might need later on in the game. Next, going into the trigger lineup, 4 Link Messiah, crit for our Messiah grade 3s, gotta have 4. 4 Star-vader Shift Dragon, pretty nice crit. You can shuffle him back into the deck if you're desperate for him, or if you're gonna deck out, so he's useful. And then 1 Asteroid Wolf, so I do run 9 crit in this deck, and 3 Beloved Child of the Superstring Theory draw triggers. Make sure we have our crit and draw power, and then 4 light that lights up Demise heal triggers from Fighters Collection 2017. More useful than I actually thought she would be, because this deck can build a lot more soul than the old version, so that's pretty nice. For my grade 1s, I have 4 Sacrifice Messiah. He's been out for a while, but he's still a pretty good card. Definitely your main counter charge, and the ability to lock himself and give something +3 is quite amazing. Next we have 4 Destiny Dealers. He is the Stride Enabler for Messiah. We still want to be able to stride, so 4 of those. We got 4 of a new card, Prayer Child of Steady State, Cosmo. She is the Messiah Pacific Perfect card that we got. Her skill is Drop Zone, GB1, Act. Bind this card face up. Choose 2 of your rear guards and lock them. Draw a card. So, if anything, if you have no way to lock your cards efficiently, in any case of a sense of an emergency, you need to be able to unlock your cards for effect, you can use her. And then next, another new card from the Trial deck, 3 Dunamis Messiah. I quite like this card. For 1, it's GB1, Auto, Rear Guard, Soul Blast 1. At the end of the battle that this unit boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 locked card, unlock it, lock this unit, choose one of your units, and it gets +4k until end of turn. So you can either unlock something that's already attacked and locked itself due to its effect and give it power to attack again, or you can simply just lock it for that Soul Blast. You don't want to use this card, but I definitely want to be able to find it so I can use it on my turns I want to push for damage. For my grade 2s, I run 4 Lady Fencer of Matter Transmission. She's a new card with an awesome skill. First, she gains +2k when she's placed on rear guard or unlocked, as long as you have a Messiah Vanguard. She's a constant 11k attacker when you're doing your combos, so that's quite nice. As well as Auto Rear Guard GB1, Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard Messiah's card name, you Soul Charge 1. This unit gains +5k power until end of turn, and at the end of that battle you lock her. So she's a quite good card to help with your combos. As well as 4 Arrestor Messiah, who was reprinted in the Trial deck. Skill is, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a Vanguard with Messiah, GB1, this unit gains +2k in the ability. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, lock this unit, choose any rear guard in any player's back row and lock it, so it helps definitely to help control your opponent's field, or you can use it to help lock your own field to unlock with your effects later. And then I have 4 Lady Battler of the Black Dwarf, whose skill is Auto Rear Guard GB1, Counter +1 at the end of the battle that this unit attacked. Give something else +5k and lock herself. So all my grade 2s, to try and get as much consistency out of the deck, all lock themselves with their various skills, and with my stride skills, unlock them to help get multiple attacks, since lock cards do unlock as stand. So, and it's been working out for me pretty well so far. For my grade 3s, I have 4 Alter Ego Neo Messiah, which is the new grade 3 from the Trial deck. He's pretty interesting, has 2 abilities. First of all, Auto Vanguard. When your Messiah unit stride, you choose up to 1 card from your hand, call it to rear guard. So you could do some pretty interesting combos with that, and then choose up to 1 of each player's rear guards and lock them. So it says choose up to. You can choose none, so you can choose to either lock just yours or just lock your opponent's. Or you can use the first skill to call Sacrifice Messiah, choose to lock one of your opponent's rear guards, and then activate Sacrifice Messiah since something was locked, lock itself, and give something +3. And countercharge if you need an emergency counterblast for your stride or whatever. So it's a pretty nice skill, and with just that alone, making it a very nice card. And then it has GB2. At the end of your turn, you may Soul Blast 1. If a locked card was unlocked your turn with one of your effects, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards. So you can't draw multiple times, you can only activate the effect once, but it's a consistent +2 at the end of your turn, which can be quite helpful. And next, I run 2 of the OG Alter Ego Messiah with both arts just for fun. Its skill is counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, and lock it. When your G unit strides on top of this unit, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's units, lock it, and then the G unit gains +5k. And then he has GB2. When a lock card is unlocked, you may pay the cost of Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. So if anything, you can still do pretty well on this Messiah, even though Neo Messiah gives you more freedom to do what you want to do with this deck. Though I have made the mistake of trying to play my turn around Alter Ego Neo Messiah being my heart card, when actually I wrote Alter Ego Messiah because I couldn't find Neo Messiah. So I've made that mistake before, just something to watch out for, because I've had to just change what I was doing because I started my turn as if I was playing Alter Ego Neo Messiah and then couldn't get my advantage because I didn't leave cards to unlock at the end of my turn for Alter Ego Messiah. So, just something to watch out for. Now going into my G zone, starting off with my G Guardians, I have 1 Light that Steals the Tear, Lady Healer. She's a new G Guard that came out in the trial deck. Actually, it's quite nice. Her skill is Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Guardian, if there's a locked card, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gains +5k shield, and then if you have a Vanguard Messiah, which obviously you will, it gains another +5k. So she's quite nice. I've seen people run 2 of her. I've only found room for 1 of her, but she works pretty well. Next, we have 1 Genesis Beast, Destiny Guardian. A definitely good G Guardian that I've actually seen in Chaos Breaker players' decks, just so that they can unlock their own units if they face another Link Joker player. His skill is, when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, choose up to 2 rear guards, unlock them, and it gains +10k shield. So it's quite nice. And for this deck to combo with it, we have Death Star-vader, Demon Maxwell, which is, when placed in Guardian Circle, choose a card in your back row, lock it. When this unit is placed in Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, he gains 5k shield until end of battle. So you can combo this with Sacrifice Messiah and even the OG Alter Ego Messiah. So you can call this, guard with this, lock something, activate his skill, lock something else. Then you can G-guard with Destiny Dealer, unlock them, Soul Blast with Messiah, and draw 2. Next we run 1 Darkness that Lights Up Demise, G-guard from Fighters Collection. Her skill is GB1, counterblast 1, choose a face down G Guardian and flip it face up in your G zone. When this unit is placed in Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 3 of your rear guards, lock them, and your opponent locks 1 of his or her units in the back row for each card that was locked. I run 1 Air Element Sebreeze, because this is a deck that relies on striding and GB effects. Next, I run 2 Genesis Dragon Transisal Messiah. His skill is GB2, counterblast 1, flip a copy of himself. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, if you have a Messiah Heart, simultaneously lock all units and then unlock all units that weren't locked by this effect. So if you're able to lock your field with your G guards, or if you have no field at the time, or say you could even just say we're on Neo, stride onto this, do the on-call effect, choose to only lock that, activate his select, flip, unlock this, lock your opponent's field, you can activate Neo Messiah because you unlocked a unit with an effect. So, I found it nice to have it to counter decks that want to run resist units or anything to counter the majority of Link Joker decks that have been running around since the booster set. So, it's a nice option. I've seen people run it, I've seen people not run it. It depends on what you like and what's in your meta. I've liked it to counter people trying to counter my deck, so it's quite fun. I run 2 Genesis Dragon Amnesty Messiah, the original GR from my opening. Finally, it's in a deck profile. Its skill is Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost if you do. Choose any number of locked cards, unlock them. This unit gains 3k for each unit unlocked until end of battle, and if the number of unlocked was 3 or more, it gains a crit. So, I mainly run it to help counter other Link Joker decks, as well as if I have nothing else better to do, I can at least use Amnesty. Otherwise, I will use him as a target to flip face up for other effects. We have 3 Genesis Dragon Flaugiet Messiah. This is definitely one of your best starting strides for now, until I don't know if he'll be replaced ever, but I like him at 3. His skill is Counterblast 1. Choose a face down card in your G-Zone, flip it face up. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, for each copy of this card face up in your G-Zone, choose up to 2 locked cards, unlock them. If 1 or more cards were unlocked with this effect, choose any number of locked cards, and those cards cannot unlock during the next fighter's end phase, so basically Omega locks them, and if 3 or more cards were unlocked with this effect, he gains a crit. So if you can use this as your first stride, try to lock down your opponent's field while getting multiple combos off, while also triggering Alter Ego Neo Messiah because you're unlocking with effects. He's really there to help restrict your opponent's field and lock it down fast. Though with only 3, he only gained the crit on the second time it was on. But he's quite nice. And then, if the situation comes I don't want to use Flaugiet or can't use Flaugiet effectively, I'll go into my 2 Genesis Dragon Basaltus Messiah. He's one of the newer strides, and he has a pretty nice skill of Counterblast 1. Choose a copy of this card face down and flip it face up from your G-Zone. When this unit attacks, if you have a heart card with Messiah in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a lock card and a rear guard in any player's field for each face-up card in your G-Zone, and you may lock or unlock each of them. If you unlocked 1 or more cards, you draw a card. So for his first stride, you can combo him with Alter Ego Neo Messiah. On stride skill, lock a front row. And then you say, oh, I have an arrestor. Attack, lock a back row. Lock itself. Attack with this. Activate its skill. I can unlock this and lock their other front row. So if your opponent does call 2 front rows before your first stride, you could use this to potentially lock their front row. Now, some people like running this at 4. That is an option, but I like it at 2. The situation allows it. I think Flaugiet is the better first stride because Genesis Basaltus Messiah has a much better later game when you have more face-up units, so you can simultaneously lock more units and unlock units. So either I'll go into him and then Flaugiet, or vice versa, but they're both pretty good. And the finisher this deck desperately needed. We have this guy who deserves his own window of glory in this video. We have 2 Genesis Dragon Harmonix Neo Messiah. He is the new GR finishing stride we got in the latest set. His skill is GB3 Auto Vanguard. Choose a face down card from your G-Zone and turn it face up. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, unlock all units of all fighters. If you have a heart card with Messiah, this unit gains plus 5k for each card unlocked until end of battle. All of your cards that were unlocked by this effect gain plus 5k until end of turn. And if 5 or more cards were unlocked with this effect, he gains the effect. Your opponent cannot guard this attack with grade 1s or greater from hand until end of battle. So he can be quite dangerous since this deck can easily lock a lot of your own units and your opponent's units and power up this guy immensely, especially with Lady Battler of the Black Dwarf can power him up, Dunamis can power him up, Sacrifice can power him up. I've even used draw triggers to power him up. It can be quite devastating if your opponent's not ready to deal with it, especially since you are also powering up your field. If you've been able to lock down your opponent's field and thus limit their advantage engines and their draw power until you came to this point. This can definitely help you in game, but just in case it doesn't, that's why I have 2. So with that, this concludes my Link Joker Neo Messiah deck profile. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more Cardfight Vanguard, and don't forget to like and share this video if you've enjoyed it. Till next flick, keep on striding to victory. Thanks for watching. Peace out.